Hey everyone, today I wanted to do a very simple low-key video, and I have seen these kinds of video a lot recently, so I thought this would be a fun idea to do. Also today the Shadow and Bone series starts on Netflix, and honestly I'm more interested in watching that than recording a cool video. So I thought it would be the perfect time to do a tier ranking of all the Shadow and Bone or Grisha verse books. So there's 9 books out so far, and I have read 8 of those. So I will talk you through that, and I will let you know which one's my favorite and which ones I don't really care for. So keep in mind that I think I read the First Trilogy in 2015 or 16, so it's been a very long time. And I have a couple of tiers right here. So the top tier I just called Marry Me because I was uncreative and I had no idea what to put there. Then we have I Had Fun, which is basically what it says. Then we have Meh, so books that, just were there, but I didn't really care for them. Then I Don't Remember You, because I'm pretty sure that at least one book will fit into that category. And Please Be Rewritten, which is also, I think, at least one book that we will put in there. So yeah, let's just get into my rating of these books. Obviously, this is just for fun, and I hope you disagree with me on some points and let me know in the comments, because it's just subjective, Some people prefer some things, other people prefer other things. So that's just my personal list, and I would like to know what changes you would make in the comments down below. So let's start with the first one, with the OG Shadow and Bone. This is the first book in the First Trilogy following Elena Starkov, and I will put this into it's somewhere between I Had Fun and Meh. I think I'm gonna put it in Meh. I did like a couple of parts of this book, but ultimately I think it was a 3-star read for me, maybe a 3.5, I'm not quite sure, but it's like somewhere in between the two. Then we have Siege and Storm, and for me that is a clear please be rewritten, because I did not enjoy this book. It was so boring, and honestly the only thing that kept me reading was Nikolai, because he is a character that's introduced in Siege and Storm. Obviously I'm not going to tell you who he is, but for spoiler reasons, just in case you haven't read it yet. But yeah, he's the only thing in this book that pulled me through, and yeah, I just, no, this is not good. And then Ruin and Rising, the third book in the First Trilogy, I'm gonna put in I Don't Remember You, because honestly, I don't remember this book. I think because I disliked Siege and Storm so much, I just didn't really consume Ruin and Rising. I've read it, but I don't remember anything, which was really quite scary. But also now I'm excited for the show, because obviously there's room for surprises, and I hope that they will cover enough of the books so that we eventually get to what happened in Ruin and Rising. I know it's kind of funny to say that I don't remember this book of the Foundation series and still read on, because we obviously follow a lot of characters that were already in these first books. And if I would do a ranking of characters, which I thought about, but then I realized that I don't remember some of the characters well, you'd think that I need this base layer to enjoy them in the later books, but apparently I don't. So yeah, that's just that. As I said, the First Trilogy just wasn't for me. Now we get into the Six of Crows duology, and I think Six of Crows as a book will go into I Had Fun. I really enjoyed that first book. I loved the new characters that we got, especially Jasper. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. I'm so excited to see him in the show. So yeah, Six of Crows was definitely a lot of fun. I really like the tone. I really like the world building in this series, with more focus on Kirsch and Fiada. So That's definitely a series that I really enjoyed. I think Crooked Kingdom will go into I Had Fun as well. I think with this series, there is a lot of tension and a plot put into this world, which now plays a bigger role also in King of Scars. So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed this duology, and I think it definitely saved the series for me. I think if I wouldn't have enjoyed those two books, I would have not read the others. I think A Language of Thorns for me is actually a marry me. This might be unpopular, but I think it is such a good book. This is a collection of, I think, 5 or 6 stories, but it also has like really beautiful illustrations. And I thought that the book as a whole was just really good. I think I gave these stories an overall rating of 4.5, but with the illustrations, it's just so gorgeous. It's such a great book. And I do enjoy the short stories that Lee Bardugo writes for this world. I really, really like them. So, as I said, maybe you disagree. I would love to know because I rarely hear people talk about these short story collections, but I think Language of Thorns is fantastic. And then with The Lives of Saints, which is also a short story collection, but a very different format, I will put this in I Had Fun. I really enjoyed this one as well. I think I enjoyed it a little bit less than Language of Thorns, but the illustrations were even more beautiful, to be honest, in Lives of Saints. But I feel like the stories were much, much shorter, and even though I felt like they were done super well, I did not love them as much as in Language of Thorns, just because I like to have a little bit more substance to the stories. And now, I think another unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna put King of Scars in Marry Me as well, because this series follows 3 of my favorite characters from this world. I do love Nikolai, I do love Zoya, and I do love Nina, obviously. And I think that Nina got even more interesting in King of Scars. I know that a lot of people didn't care about her storyline in this book, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but I feel like after what happened in Crooked Kingdom, there is so much room for more character development, and I do feel like King of Scars definitely goes there. So yeah, I'm really intrigued to see where that goes, but yeah, I do love seeing Nikolai as a focus of the story. And I also, as I said, I love Zoya. I think she was in the Shadow and Bone trilogy as well. And I think she will be in the first season of this show too, I think, because I actually don't really remember. I'm pretty sure that her and Alina didn't get along so well, which probably is the reason why I love Zoya so much, because Alina is just not one of my favorite characters. So yeah, as I said, I'm not quite sure about it all, but I do love her in King of Scars. I really like the dynamic of some of the characters, and I just love how the world is expanded again, because with Six of Crows, we got to see like new parts of the world, but I think in King of Scars we get more of the political side of it as well, especially now in the beginning. I just started rereading it, and I just realized how much of the politics is in there as well, and I just really enjoyed that. And yeah, so for me, King of Scars is definitely the marry me category. And yeah, I wouldn't mind Nikolai. If he would want me, I wouldn't mind. And the only book I haven't read yet is Rule of Wolves. So please, please don't spoil me in the comments. I will read this in the next couple of weeks. So I will predict that it will be in the marry me category as well. But I'm not quite sure. We have a huge plot twist at the end of King of Scars, so this might go in very different directions with Rule of Wolves. But I think I will love it. I really hope so, because from, looking at this, you can totally see that Lee Bardugo's writing has gotten more and more in sync with what I like in books. If we had put what's her other book called? ninth house in here, it would have been in the I had fun category as well. I feel like her books just are more what I'm looking for now than they were when she started writing. And yeah, so I hope I will love Rule of Wolves as well. But that would be all for this video. I hope it was somewhat enjoyable. As I said, just let me know what you think of these books down in the comments below. But if you spoil things, please make sure to mark that so nobody gets spoiled for books he hasn't read yet or they haven't read yet. Yeah, and I hope I can tell you all about how I like Rule of Wolves soon. So bye!